What's going on, YouTube? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about a pretty funny story, but the video kind of focuses more on a person himself, Og Tizzle. So OG is the type of motherfucker that has like no limit when he speaks. Like he'll say shit, he'll speak his mind. This motherfucker is a gangster. Literally the first time I talked to him in like a year of not speaking to him at all, this motherfucker had a whole prostitute in his house and he was just arguing with her. But that's another story. So the story time takes place. All right. It starts at MC's. So that's the person I stayed with for a little bit when I got kicked out most recently. He was just like an old homie. But we literally had a kickback. And then this was part two, like the day after. We just wanted more fucking booze, more things to get fucked up with. So we were planning on getting liquor, and like the only time or only way I should say we could really get liquor was from OG. So we decided, fuck it, let's go to OG's. So we get with a couple people, we got a couple homies. I'll call them. We start with, of course, MC, and then we got Jay, Sam, and John. I'm gonna call him John. So all of us literally just bust to fucking, we were like, what, like 5 deep. We just all bust to fucking OG's, which OG doesn't even live far. He lives like probably 30 minutes away from bus. So we just knocked there. It was just like some normal ass time. Like I mentioned in the beginning, of course, like this motherfucker's house, his house is so fucking loud. Like he's just a loud individual himself. Like you will literally hear him down the fucking street. Like you will hear him like he's just a loud individual. Like he's just all amped up and happy type shit. He's just a happy ass dude. He's just loud, you know what I mean? He's just a loud guy. So when we walked in, of course, we were greeted with the most fucking beautiful dogs. We got Bella, and I forget the little dude's name. He's like a little like Shih Tzu. I forget his name, but he has like a little fucking I was gonna say Indian. My bad. British fucking hairstyle. He had like a little British fucking side dude and shit. So, and like I mentioned in the beginning, there was like a little prostitute there. Like he knows, I'm not gonna get too into it, but she was, and he's always yelling at her because she's way too fucked up. Like I'm telling you, like her ass is she's like in a delusional ass state. She like repeats the same questions and shit. So when everybody gets in, we just greet Jay, John, and Sam to him, since MC is more of a family friend to me than them. That's one of MC's close homies. Him and MC know each other like that. I've only met him like 3 times prior to this event happening. And the prostitute's talking to us about some random bullshit. And I'm personally just petting the dogs and playing Modern Warfare 2. While MC is rolling up, OG just randomly pulls out this 1.75 bottle of Phillips vodka. Now, if you don't know much about liquor, that isn't the best. It's a cheap liquor. It's cheap, like clear liquor. It's clear vodka. It isn't the best, but it is a good time to fuck you up. So while MC's rolling, we take shots. Everybody there takes shots. He's a G like that, bro. We don't use him. He's a really cool dude to hang out with. I'm genuine. He's a genuine down-to-earth person. So after like I think it was like 2 to 3 shots that we take, MC's done rolling up. And right before we were about to smoke it, this motherfucker OG, he's like, bro, give me the damn blunt. So he passed him the blunt and he like puts wax on there. Like, I'm telling you, he's straight up, like he always has wax, he always has bud, and he always has shroom wax. When I tell you shroom wax, I mean like he had some fucking shroom wax. It was like, he said that he got it from like a shroom man, and it's like some concentrated like little pieces of mushrooms. And that shit, I'm telling you, that was pretty potent. Like when we smoked it, he put regular wax in it, and then like he put regular wax and he like covered it on the blunt, and then we smoked the shroom wax separately in like a little OG bowl. I'm telling you, like a little like wooden pipe. As I mentioned earlier, that we were planning a part 2 to the kickback. So we were just getting fucked up right now. We were only at OG's for probably, I think, about half an hour at the time, because MC was taking it a little bit because we were getting a little fucked up talking to OG and shit. And OG's like probably like at the point right now, he's like just yelling at the girl, the little prostitute, and we're just fucking having fun. Everything's fun. We're fucking shroomed up. We're drunk. We're all crossfaded, tripping a little bit. But I don't think smoking shrooms really gets you ass fucked up. I think you do feel it, but like especially smoking like grounded up mushrooms, hell no. Like shroom wax, I understand. That makes more sense. Let me get back on track. So as I mentioned, we were doing the part 2. We invited a couple people over that we didn't really meet before. This was our first time gonna meet them, but that's later on into the story. We were ignoring them because of course we were with fucking OG. What the fuck? We're not gonna sit there and like be on the phone. OG time is special time. You never get this shit. You never get a chance to do this. So we were just getting crunked up with fucking OG. We were getting teed up, bro. We were just having a blast. So before we smoked the backwood that MC rolled, we were smoking a little pipe that had the shroom wax in it, and it kicks in. It kicks in pretty fast. I'm not even gonna lie. The shrooms kicked in pretty fast. I think they kicked in a couple minutes after smoking them. He only passed it around twice, and there were 6 heads. Technically it was 7, but we're not including the prostitute girl. She didn't even get a hit. OG said she was too fucked up. I think that's what she was fucked up on. Like she was just like way beyond drunk and probably off fucking shrooms and shit. But everybody had a good time. So yeah, we passed it around twice and then we sparked up the backwood. And I'm telling you, that shit smacked. Like I was already drunk. Those shrooms got me feeling myself. Like I was pretty fucked up that night. And what they say is all good things come to an end, because halfway through the fucking wood, the power went out, and that shit was ass. Like we were literally freestyling, just straight up freestyling for like 20 minutes, just feeling the vibe. Fucking wood lasting like 20 minutes. The wood was just fucking, it was pearled. I'm telling you, MC rolls the best woods. So after OG's freestyles were interrupted by the blackout, we just decided to take it outside, and I'm telling you, the whole fucking block was just, the whole block's power was just out. Cause as we were going outside, everybody's just like out. Like we see neighbors just heading out the same time we're outside. Like it was funny as shit. And it just looked like a fucking, just like the Purge or some shit. You know what I mean? It was like the whole block. Like we're literally looking down the street and there's like no light at all. It's just pitch black, and fucking cars are coming down from both lanes. Cause he lives like on a little kitty corner. So it's like 4-way streets, like, and it was fucking insane, dude. Like there was cars about to crash, like had collisions. Just they're like trying to speed down and turn fast, and then they can't see each other. And OG doesn't like that. So you know what OG does? His ass enters himself, and he's a fucking roadman now. And I'm telling you, dead serious. He was like in a little kitty corner of the fucking street, just like yelling at people, because there's like where he lives in a little kitty corner, as I mentioned. So he like lives at a stop. Like these are like the busiest roads kind of by where he lives. So he stops at the little like corner of both streets, because there's 2 different streets that like cross together. And he just stands there and he's just yelling at people. Like if motherfuckers are gonna try to like speed through the light, he'd fucking yell at them and tell them to stop, and most of them literally did. They just looked at him like he was fucking insane. So we were literally just sipping on the Phillips vodka bottle and just fucking smoking the backwood, and that wood lasted us probably about 25 minutes. We literally had like a quarter of it left. Like a little quarter, and we couldn't even fucking, OG just didn't like that shit. That it just broke down by itself. And I'm pretty sure the prostitute literally left, because that's what he literally wanted, was just her to leave. And she would never leave. She literally think it's her house. She treated it like it was her house. So after like 20 minutes of taking shots of the Phillips vodka bottle and OG acting like a roadman, we just decided to leave. So we dapped him up, tell him we're gonna leave, and he's like, I'm just going to the crib. He was happy that the girl was fucking gone. And think he probably just went to bed. So, and the shittiest part, we had to walk half a fucking hour because MC didn't want to take the bus. I don't know why, but we walked. So we were a city down and we were walking downtown, which was about a 30-minute walk. It wasn't the worst walk, but it wasn't fun at all because Jay and Sam were just taking way too damn long. They were like 2 blocks down behind us and shit. They were just slow as hell. We didn't get the bottle, unfortunately, but when I was mentioning the part 2, this is basically when the part 2 happens of the kickback. So once we get to the crib, we literally, the people that were supposed to be matching with us, that wanted that was showing up to the kickback, they finally came. We kind of made them wait I think 3 hours. We're at OG's for 3 hours, and we were making them wait. So everybody introduces each other. Everybody goes in the crib. We're just having a little blast, and they get a little bottle to match with us. It was I don't even remember what it was. Holy shit, this was a while ago. This was 3 months ago. I don't remember what this was. It was I remember it was some sort of it wasn't Hennessy, but it reminded me of Henny. It had the little taste to it. It was more dark liquor. This was a pretty little decent bussin' kickback, because this other kid, we're gonna call him Blazin'. He was this pretty cool dude. He was loud. He was he was the life of the party basically. And then the people that we just met, they were 5D too. They brought some people, and one of them in particular was a fucking weird ass. Let's call him Meth Man Mason, because Meth Man Mason was just excited about any upper, basically. He was asking if we had any X. He was asking if we had Coke. He was asking if we had meth. He was literally just tweaking out, bro. I can just see it in him. His whole vibe. He was his whole body was just shaking and jittery and shit. But we tell him the bad news. We were the bad news, but he was upset, but he was kind of happy though. Because he was asking if we had weed, and we did, and we smoke up. We just we get crossfaded, and they let us get a couple sips and shit, and we were vibing. Then Meth Man Mason kind of makes an idea to get some yops or Molly, whatever you want to call it. We call them yops because they're little. I mean, they're usually supposed to be Molly pills, but a lot of them are laced with other shit. John, Blazin, and we get hungry, and we decide we want to go get something to eat. John and Blazin are, I guess, what you call Kia boys. And I forgot which one. No, Blazin had a whip at the time. He had a little Stano, and he tells us we can hop in with him. So Jay, John, and we hop in with Blazin, and then we just straight up skirt. We just go DT, just start skirting everywhere and shit. And I think we were trying to get McDonald's, but nothing was close to us. We didn't want to be too undiscreet. I was gonna help pay and throw in money for some fucking food, but we couldn't find anything. Nothing was open, so we just decided to go back to the crib. So when we go back to the crib, we were supposed to meet with Meth Man Mason and his squad, but they didn't show up. I think they did get the ops though. They just didn't want to match or some shit, which I didn't even mind though. I was just gone that night. Blazin leaves after this, and John stays, and we just sleep. I remember I passed out that night, and the next day I didn't even have a hangover or nothing. It was a pretty good day though. Nothing less. We hung out with OG, got teed up and crossfaded, so it was pretty fire. I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, leave a comment down below, drop a like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.